Hi, guys. I hope that you're all doing okay. It's been far or way, way, way too long. I think my last episode with Lydia was 3 months ago. I also think, life caught up with me real quick. And I've just been focused on many other things, work, personal life, personal projects, that I've just kind of put the podcast on the side. Sadly, that I didn't even get a chance to properly thank you all, for joining me on the journey for season 1. So from the bottom of my heart, I would like to say, a very big thank you to you all for joining me on this absolutely interesting journey. To everyone that has listened, to everyone that has dropped comments, that has shared it with friends, family, loved ones, I would like to say a very, very big thank you from the bottom of my heart. I started this podcast. I started thinking about this podcast, I think, when I was just sat on my couch. And I just can't believe how far and wide the podcast has gone, to starting from 0 subscribers on YouTube to about 400 in the space of 2 to 3 months, little me, to growing the numbers on social media and just really getting feedback from you all about how, the different episodes have impacted you in one way or the other. So whether that has been from the career talk, to kind of finding purpose, or the talk on finance. I've heard, so many amazing things from you all, and I would just like to say a very big thank you. Yeah, so the podcast really started to help me kind of answer deep-rooted questions in my heart around identity, purpose, and impact. And I just thought to share with you some of my key takeaways from speaking to all the wonderful women that I've spoken to. So the first is that purpose finds you in the place of service. And it's always going to be a question of what you have in your hands and how you do it and what you do with it. And that was from YBB. And I think also another key lesson that I learned from her is that it's not really about personal branding. It's about your inner wisdom and your inner voice. And that's what creates room for you in the world. Your identity is strongly linked to your origin story, and you really need to know how to kind of access that origin story. So when I think about my origin story, for example, I was raised by a strong and independent single mom. And I think when I was growing up, I didn't really have I would say mentors maybe, or people around me that kind of helped to answer deep-rooted questions around purpose and identity. And I really had to do all that work kind of by myself. And I think one of the main reasons why I started this podcast was to help people like me who really don't have the right networks or maybe the right connections to make or develop meaningful relationships that would help to take them to that next level. So I think my origin story ties into my passion for this podcast, why I started the podcast, and also the women and the kind of people that I bring on the podcast to help, kind of answer those questions. Another thing that I learned from this is that you should avoid self-limiting beliefs that you cannot achieve anything as a woman. You really can achieve anything that you put your mind to. And also another important thing that I learned from this was that your 30s is a time to accelerate your career. It's a time to be ambidextrous, as Funke Amobi says, and be boundaryless, about your career, about your growth, about what you want for yourself, constantly pushing the limits to get to, where you want to be. When I also started the podcast, I remember asking myself, who are you, Temi? And why are you here? So having spoken to the 4 women that I spoke to, I think I am probably going to give it a go at defining who I am. So I would say that my name is Temi. and I am an innovator, I'm an image maker, and I'm a dot connector. I am a multi-potentialite, which is that I like to do very many things and like to win at those things that I do. I am fierce and I'm a strong woman. I'm a cultivator and I help individuals and businesses build and sustain their image and their personal brand, which is reputation management. And that's actually what I do for a living. And I would say that I am nimble, creative, dependable, and I'm a go-getter. And I value leaving a lasting impact everywhere I go. This is definitely an activity that I think that, everyone should do at some point in their lives, to sit down with yourself in your own thoughts and try to define or identify who you are as a person and what value you bring to the world. A lot of people have also asked me what I want to do next with this podcast, and I think that I'm gonna continue it, albeit I'm so busy, but I think that it's definitely something that I want to continue. It's helped to put a lot of things in perspective for me, and I know that it's something that is also beneficial to a lot of people that I've spoken to or that have come in contact with the podcast. So please do expect season 2. And if you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, if you're not following us on social media, please do so. It goes a long way in helping with the algorithm. Thank you guys so much and look forward to seeing you in season 2. Bye.